This is Amud Yomi, Gemara Berachos Daf Yud Dalid Amud Aleph, and we're holding on the bottom of Yud Amud Beis, about 6 lines from the bottom, the two dots. Ubeprakim Shayil. So in the Mishnah on Amud Aleph, we discussed at which points in Kriya Shema you're allowed to be mafsik, you're allowed to answer to different people for kavod, people for yira. We'll see in the Gemara, this might mean a rebbe, this might mean a parent, this might mean the melech. In the Mishnah, it taught us that beprakim shoyel ne'akavoid umeishiv, an answer. Be'emsa shol ne'ayira umeishiv. That was Rameir. Then Rav Yehuda said be'emsa shol ne'ayira umeishiv ne'akavoid. But in Rameir, the first sheet of the Mishnah didn't explain what umeishiv was. So says the Gemara, meishiv machmas mai. If you're going to tell me that it means shalom that due to the honor of the person, you're allowed to say shalom aleichem, and you're allowed to be meishiv, saying aleichem shalom, respond to him. If you're able even to start off the story, of course you can respond. Rather, what must it mean? That you're allowed to start and you can respond to any person. Says the Gemara, but then continue the Mishnah. It says, continues Reb Meir, then in the middle of a paragraph, you're allowed to begin the conversation, say Shalom Aleichem, due to fear for the person, if you're going to tell me that is the same thing you respond to the Yira. Hashta Mishal Shoyel. Aduri Mabari, Mibai, the same kasha. If you could already start off the story, of course you'd respond. Elam Ne'akavod. Rather, what must it mean? Must mean that you can respond to the kavod. Says the Gemara, Hainu de Rav Yosi. So now we're Hainu de Rav Yehuda, excuse me. That is the opinion of Rav Yehuda that the Mishnah continues and says, Titinan. So basically, the way that we just explained, the Rav Meir, it's the same thing as Rav Yehuda. Rav Yehuda, Mer Be'emsa, in the middle, Shalom Ne'ayiro, Meishiv Ne'ah Kavod. Be'prakiv, Shalom Ne'ah Kavod, Meishiv L'chol Adam. So says the Gemara, how are you going to learn Pshat in Rav Meir? Rav Meir taught us that you're allowed to be shoel, you're allowed to start off saying Shalom Aleichem Be'prakim, in between paragraphs of Kriya Shema v'Ne'ah Kavod, and you're allowed to be Meishiv. What does that Meishiv mean? Similarly, Be'emsa, you're allowed to be Shalom Ne'ayira Meishiv. What does that mean? Explains the Gemara in classical Gemara sense. You have to add some words into the Mishnah. Meaning, yes, like we asked originally, we said it's Pashit. Says Gemara, it is Pashit. So just add in the words into the Mishnah, then it is Pashit. Middle of a paragraph, and it's Pashit, you can respond as well to Rameir. Yudam Rav to Shalom Ne'ayir Meishiv Ne'ah Kavod U'Parakim on top of Yudal Amud Aleph Shalom Ne'ah Kavod U'Meishiv Shalom L'Chol Adam. Tani Namiach. He says the Gemara 2 lines down Yudal Amud Aleph. We have a brayso that says what we just said explicitly. Hakari Yeshema Upagwei Rabbi Yogadol Emanu. And over here it paints the picture of who are the ones that you're responding to, the rabbi, a rebbe, or anyone greater than you. Then B'Parakim in between paragraphs Shalom Ne'ah Kavod. Due to the kavod of the person, you'll have to say Shalom Aleichem Ein Tzarech Lamer Shu Meishiv. You can respond. Middle of a paragraph, so we see clear the Rameir is holding Ein Tzarech Lamer, meaning that yes, Shaul and Meishiv, starting off the story, Shalom Aleichem, and responding Aleichem Shalom, are the same. If you do middle of a paragraph, Shalom Ne'ayira, and you Meishiv Ne'ah Kavod, you Prakim Shalom Ne'ah Kavod, Meishiv Shalom L'Chol Adam. Continues the Gemara 8 lines down. What is the story of being mafsik, of interrupting Hallel and Megillah? What's the shayla? I'm going to do we say Kavachaymer? Kavachaymer. Krishma is the Deraisa. Paisik used to have Hal Derabanim Ibai. Of course you can interrupt Hal of the Derabanim. If we know there's an element of Hallel Megillah, that even if it might be a Derabanan, but there's an element of presuming Nisa, so maybe that makes it on a higher level. Amrle, Paisik Veim Kachlam, you let to interrupt Hallel Megillah. Amar Rabbi Yom Sheyachid Gomer Emes Hallel. And when Yachid Gomer Emes Hallel, what it means is that you just say complete Hallel. Bein Parek, Leberek, between the Prakim of Hallel, Paisik. Be'emsa Berek, Ein Paisik. V'yam Sheini Yachid Gomer Emes Hallel, meaning when you say Chatzi Hallel, Afilu Be'emsa Berek, Paisik, even middle of a parak, you're allowed to interrupt. Ask Gemara, Eini is Yeshuv Rabbi Rishva Yiklei Gabid Ravina. Rabbi Rishva visited Ravina on the last narrow line. V'yam Sheini Yachid Gomer Emes Hallel, they were saying half Hallel, Have. V'lo Pasikli, and Ravina didn't stop, and we're assuming that Rabbi Rishva was a person that Ravina should have stopped for. So it's the Gemara, Shani Rabbi Rishva v'lo Choshev le Ravina. Ravina didn't hold him as Choshev. Ba'yimini Ashiyan Tanan Tevei Ravami Ravami. Hashari b'tainis. Someone who's in the middle of fasting, ma'ushita, are you allowed to taste food? Ask Gemara, what's the shayla? This is pretty random. The Mefarshim discuss why Gemara is doing over here. Is it that he accepts himself not to eat and drink, and this is not eating and drinking, you're just tasting? You can get hanam or lay club. There's no problem. If you taste it, you don't need a bracha. You're allowed to taste food. Now, what exactly does this mean? That there is hanam, you're not actually eating something. What exactly does this mean? That you're not making a bracha is not a simple discussion, but at some level, maybe it means that you're spitting out the food, but that is te'ima. Continues the Gemara, Amar Rav, someone said shalom to his friend 6 lines into the wide lines of Yidalam and Alf. Before he davens, Kilu Asai Bama. It's if he built a Bama, Shenamar Chadul Lechem and Aham, Asher Neshama Ba'abai. Stop from the person who has the Neshama in his mouth, in his breath. Ki Ba'aban Echshavu, for what is he deemed worthy? Al Tikri Ba'meh. Elabama, that is, if before he's giving a carbon, tefillas or carbonis Hashem, he's building a bama by talking to his friend and a voluntary offering. Shmuel Amar, what's the reason you're making this person chash of talking to him before you talk to God? We said in the Mishnah that in between prakim you're allowed to start off saying shalom to someone if you are an honorable person. Umei and you can respond. Says Rav Abba. So it says Rav Abba b'mashke lepiska. Excuse me, what was the kasha? The kasha of the Gemara was, it said shalom ne'akava, and as Rashi points out, this is kriyishma, which is before Shemon Esrei, and it says shayel. Seemingly you're saying shalom aleichem to your friend before Shemon Esrei. How are you allowed to do that? Answers the Gemara, no. B'mashkin lepischai. That which we said is usher is to go meet someone on the road and to go say shalom to him. It doesn't mean that if he bumps into you, that would not be a problem. Amar Rav Yidi Barav and Rav Yitzchak Bar Shian. Also, on a similar vein, you're allowed to do your business before you davening. Shemer Tzedek Lefanav Yahalech V'Yaseim L'Derech Ha'Pa'amav. That you say your footsteps and you proceed them, you cannot proceed your tefillah with anything else. If you first daven and then you go on the road, Hashem will take care of you. First is tzedek and then is the derech. And we conclude today's shir says whoever sleeps for 7 days without having a dream, nikra ra. Shenemar v'saveya yolin bal yifkoid ra. So nu saveya, the bal yifkoid ra will not beat him. I'll take saveya ela sheva, that for 7 days you don't have any sort of anything in a dream. That's called ra. If you fill yourself up with Torah, and then you go to sleep, then you'll have good dreams. You won't be met by bad dreams in your sleep. Shnemar v'sheva yolin or v'saveya yolin bal yifkoid ra. We'll pick it up for discussing what is being abrakum in the next year. B'siyata dishmaya.